With so much drama in the LBC, it's kinda hard being Snoop D-O double G. But I somehow, someway, keep coming up with funky ass shit like every single day.
Alright, we're rolling.
Leafset to film.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Hey, bot time.
Very appropriate.
Jordan, you didn't
Hey,
even...
let's bop.
Great.
Why you keep going away from me? Hey, let's bop.
Nah, hey, come here.
Oh, my white shirt.
No, come here.
You got it.
If I think hard enough, it'll taste just like tequila.
Mind over matter.
By osmosis.
Ew.
It's so sweet. It's like, oh man, it's
candy.
like candy.
Alright guys, so
candy.
I just want to start off the interview by saying thank you guys for coming. It means a lot that you guys are all coming from different places and linking up for the interview. So ever since I heard film, I knew I was going to have you guys on the podcast just because it was just really great. But we'll take it from the beginning. So you guys can go ahead and just like introduce yourselves for the camera.
Swans.
You start with me. My name is Kwame.
Oh my god.
That's all I got.
That's all you guys.
I'm Dave G. I play bass.
I'm Dax. I'll be doing a lot.
True.
I'm Jordan. I play guitar and I songwrite sometimes.
You do.
I'm Rachel. I take the pictures.
Hi, my name's Drake. Yeah, no, I help with all creative things and, you know, merch.
Dope. Yeah, so I guess since it's the beginning of the interview, we'll just start at the beginning. So who are the founding members of Leafset?
Kwame and Jordan.
Yeah, it was us
Yeah,
too.
me and Dill.
Alright.
It was high school stuff.
What's the origin story behind how you guys linked up in the first place?
Oh, good.
So basically like, we had like mutual friends, but how it originally started was Jordan's like one of his best friends. It's like he was like a neighbor of one of my best friends. So like, I was a freshman in Northern. I came home for a summer. We were all just chilling, just finding places to get drunk and shit. Jordan, as sketchy as it sounds, was a junior going to his senior year at that time. And we were just getting real drunk, like at my homie, like he had like a bonfire in his backyard. And Jordan would bring up like guitar and shit, talk about musical taste, just being friends, getting drunk and shit. And me and Jordan had a lot in common. I was like, yo, we should start a jam band. Fucking Jordan started coming over to my basement.
Started playing Dead covers.
Yeah, just
started doing Fish.
Grateful Dead covers? That's what's up.
Get the fuck out of here. I couldn't name a Grateful Dead if I tried. But we definitely fuck with like dead rock shit. Like man, like Red Hot Chili Peppers and shit. Like man, just like jamming whatever like he knew, whatever I knew. He was trying to teach me fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was trying to show him like MF Doom shit. And that's kind of where it started. It was just like, just an openness to like whatever the fuck that was cool. And from there, we just kept finding cool people to help us do cool shit.
So were you listening to hip hop at all before like?
I didn't listen to a lot of hip hop. It was like rock.
Hip rock.
Until Slime Season 3 came out.
Yeah.
Yo,
that changed my fucking life, honestly.
Yo, that is a great genre name.
Tugger.
No, Bravo was the song
that's
that
good.
Jordan on.
Yeah, I don't know. I came from a very like uncultured suburban family.
Is Leafset influenced by Young Thug?
Moderately.
Everything is influenced
low key.
by Young Thug.
A lot of that.
Low key, it came to the point where it was like, Jordan was super open to the fact that I was rapping and shit. Like the whole film and everything, I mean not film, but whole like A Turn of a Turn, like Drone, like our biggest single yet. That came from like before Jordan was like fully listening to like the shit that was dropping. He just enjoyed like any good music.
That's
but then like Slime Season 3, like for on some funny shit, like, really dropped, and that's the first time he listened to trap. And then since then, like I hop in his car, like I usually expect to hear like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Modest Smells, and nigga was playing like Draco by Future, and he was like, this shit crazy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so, it's like just a growth of me and Jordan.
Don't make no mistake. Like if you look at Jordan, you're not gonna think he come with all the gas.
Bob Ready.
Like he'll instantly like come up with some crazy like trap ass flow out of nowhere.
Oh my god!
I just feel like who like
what was that?
Jordan got layers. There's layers to this. Like, he a full onion.
You be freestyling?
I can't. I don't have the mind for the freestyle, dude. That's a good.
No, we'd have to be.
We're still trying to do that cypher though.
I'm no match. I'd love a cypher.
Leafset cypher.
We should do a cypher at the end.
Maybe when
Oh, fuck.
when that bottle get a little lower.
Yeah, just thank the bottle.
Yeah. What's the bottle get?
Yeah. So it was Kwame and Jordan to start out, and then how did you guys expand from there? Did you guys end up like dropping a project just you two, or was there like?
Yes.
Well, like the first project, it was like me and Jordan like literally recorded everything.
Musically.
Eternal Return was the name of that one.
Yeah, so the first project, me and Jordan recorded everything in our basement. We met Jasper is an engineer that works out of the city now. He works with like,
Yeah, shouts to Jasper real quick.
He works with like, back then it was NDMC, now you know him as Elnor and Felix. People like Sterling that go by Lip now and shit like that. He used to work with hella people out of his crib in Naperville.
Yeah, Jasper.
And so like,
shit for Wiley too.
So like he like literally like just worked with a lot of local artists and shit. It was cool. And he was like, yeah, I like you guys' music, I'll mix it. And it was me and Jordan, like people kind of chimed in. Like we had like all songs recorded, like 20 songs. Dumbed it down to like 7 because like the rest of them sucked. And like they helped the rest of it, but like it really came down to, as far as meeting like the rest of the gang, we were shooting a video for Drone,
right?
And like Drake has been like one of my really good friends since high school. Like I've known him since I was like 14, 15. Rachel like was just like kind of busting. Like I saw her like getting back into photography and just like
Also
really, yeah, like known since high school.
Marching band?
Yeah, me and Rachel were in marching band together.
We were in marching band together.
Yeah. I played drumline though, to clarify.
I played clarinet.
Yeah, that shit's
real
way
quick,
weaker.
Me, Rachel, Jordan, and Kwame all went to the same high school. So,
but essentially, to like sum it up, like Rachel's getting back to photography. I knew her for a while. Drake was just cool as fuck. I knew him for a while. Like he like just like really in style and shit. Like only nigga I knew that wasn't like designer and shit that I like really fuck with. I was like, yo, you guys should come out. Like I really think you guys should see this. Yeah. So like. We shot Drone, which is like our first video ever, our first single ever, our first song we ever did like as a band.
That was actually the first song that I actually heard from you guys. That actually
like so like like in that like but Pat Banahan shot it and he was cool. Cole.
Oh, Pat's the
yeah. So like Pat like
bro.
It was like literally we were like, yo, this video is hot. We should get a lot of pace. He was like, I'm gonna fucking get Cole to put it on Lyrical Lemonade. So like he like steamrolled it to Lyrical Lemonade, and that was like huge for us because like it was the first one we ever released as like a collective. I never released a song in a group before. I released like one song where I was rapping before and it was trash. And Jordan like maybe had like a beat or two in the SoundCloud. So like literally we all like kind of came together at that point.
So that was the beginning when the artistic direction like came into play.
Yeah, it was like when we all came together, it was like they saw we were doing cool shit. It was like, okay, I'm fucking with that. Jordan did like kind of steamrolled that whole video. Like that acting in that video is great. I'm like smiling in some shots, and Jordan's like putting on the whole character. So like,
yeah, I will say like for outsiders like listening to you for the first time, the artistic direction helps like give it something more like concrete to like latch onto. Like if you've never heard the music but you see the visuals and it's like really like trippy or like really like colorful and stuff, it makes you like want to find out what the hell the SoundCloud link attached to that is. So that's definitely, it worked for me, and I'm sure it's working for like more people as like you guys.
Yeah,
like,
that was huge for us. I think like they set us off. Like just we took that shit like very serious because like it was our first drop. Like not only did we drop our first song, we went to drop our first video. We dropped the video release. We did this shit like my homie Fanner was at Columbia or some shit like that. He did like in the Columbia dorm in like the penthouse suite. We did like a video.
That was at the Buck, bro, the Buckingham.
Yeah,
because I used to live out in the city, and I lived with Kyle and Jasper. And at the place that we used to live at, we had the fucking we had the Drone premiere party, and that's where we released the video.
How was the premiere party?
It's like fucking.
It was lit.
That shit was busting, bro.
We had
like decent little vlogs.
We somehow finagled a party within like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Like literally planned it in like 2-3 days and had it at like the fucking top floor of this place like downtown Chicago, and like
the building somehow had a popcorn machine. We had that busting.
There was a popcorn machine. We had a bartender.
This girl from like the school I was going to at the time, she was a bartender. I was like, yo,
what the fuck is you doing?
I thought you were Dove. Would you bartend for us? And she bop. Yeah, this shit hot, bro. Pass this shit down. That shit actually very cool.
But yeah, at that point, like the first project was Jordan and Kwame just musically, and then me and Rachel like creatively. That's where me and Rachel came in, and then after that, Dax moved in with me, And
So I get into the same like apartment.
Bunkmates.
yeah, over in Yorkville. Yeah, he moved. He moved. Yeah, because I knew him through Felix and like and just like homies and stuff. And then like he moved in with me, and then that's when he came into the gang.
I never hung out with like
I never knew
any
that.
people like
right.
all like really like I knew who Drake was. I knew who Kwame was. Like when I was in college, my freshman year of college, I would always see him in my dorm.
Yo, crazy story.
So I would just be like, oh, like that's cool. Like, oh,
crazy
good,
story. Like
so that was when I was just hooping. Like I was just playing basketball.
I knew his brother in fucking. I went to Northern. He was playing basketball at Kushwaukee, which is a community college in Northern, and like we stayed in the same building. So like I would see him, and I was Dax like literally like you see dress and shit now, but back then it was just like literally a high top.
Had the high top thing, right?
And it was like he was like, "Yo, you be making music with my brother and shit." And I'm like, "Yeah," and that's Felix. Like, "Oh, you make music?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" Like,
and then, so
we didn't hang out.
When with me, that shit was just like
I didn't even fuck with him. We just said, "What's
circle.
up?" And like I went back to my dorm high as hell. We was both high as hell.
Yeah, just doing some other shit, and then ended up moving in with this fool, and then I'm just like, all right. Damn, like, y'all.
Well, then and then after that, shit started picking up a little more. And then once we started bopping around the city, that's when Dave came in. And yeah, then after Dave came in, that's when all members were there.
So Dax, you were drumming at first, or
he been drumming?
I started drumming like when I was like probably like 3 or 4 because I grew up in church.
Oh, that's early as hell.
Yeah, so I've been doing it like my whole life, just playing in church with my brother Felix, and we've been doing that just like playing with my mom when she would go to different churches to sing, stuff like that. But then I went to college, started playing basketball, kind of got away from it for a little bit, and then ended up dropping out. I was like, fuck that, I'm just gonna make some money. Moved out the crib, moved in with him, and then it's like, damn, I'm right back to playing drums. Like we started cooking and shit. Like we made Bitch.
Oh
Yeah, so like
Bitch.
What is that?
Bitch.
Alright, so like on our SoundCloud, there's a song called Bitch, there's a song called Ain't No Nigga. And like basically, like
We was on some fuck shit, bro.
I have to dig those up.
We was just
like-
on some fuck shit, bro. Like
to clarify these
that's
songs,
what
it was
Dax
literally
did.
like I never made a song with Dax.
That's when like Leaf
Ever.
House shit started popping.
I never made a song with Dax. Like I used to hang out at Drake's place. He's the only nigga that like doesn't stay with his parents and shit. So it's like, it was like, all right, we can go over there and smoke weed and be drunk.
You always gotta find a friend in the group that doesn't live with their parents, so you can smoke weed.
We can smoke weed and be drunk over there, and nobody judges us. So like, basically, it was like Dax was like kind of cool. He fucking like I knew him.
Not too cool.
I knew him through a nigga too. It was
cool
like,
for him to be able to understand, comprehend. You know what I'm saying?
But then I realized like, okay, he's like actually very musically inclined. So like. We're like, yo, we should just make a couple beats and just hang out. And like, yo, like, end up for being like making a couple beats and hanging out. So like, yo, we made like 4 songs in a day. It was like, not only was that song made, like, there's a song called Bitch, a song called Ain't No Nigga. There's a song called Ice Temple as well, which just has like Elnora and Fee on it. Which is like, yo, we made like 4 or 5 beats in a day. And Blake. So like, literally like,
Ice Temple is Fox Valley.
Literally like, we was like just making shit, and like it ended up being like some of like our songs that like, I won't say broke us because we ain't really broke yet, but like some of the songs that like people started paying attention to. So like we made this all in one day, and fucking everybody started like, oh, this is kind of dope. The songs, but like we made them in Davis, and bitches sat for like 3 months. You know
Yeah,
it wasn't like instantaneous. It's always a grind. So like it's like we just making shit being friends, and like it's kind of like it's been that same vibe since. It's just like, yo, we should sit down and just make the, if not the, damn, that's my. Hey, turn the alarm on for my bad.
Was that your 7:30 nap?
Your 9
a.m. nap?
Twas. But like, yeah, it went from being like making songs with like homies you don't know to like really being like making 3, 4 songs and like verses and all that were like really like fun songs, hot songs, and like we like reached out for features and shit.
So it sounds like you already had the music thing building up before you even brought in the artistic direction. So did you just like trust them to do whatever with the like visuals, or did you like kind of give them like a rundown of what you were going for?
Well, like I mean, honestly, bro, the way, cause I kind of brought Jake and Rachel in like myself on some like I'm a huge fan of anime and shit. So like my whole idea behind it was like, if you ever seen One Piece, we just like Luffy.
One Piece. That's how you do it.
So Luffy,
takes.
Luffy bopped around the country, bopped around everywhere. He just met somebody. He was like, you finna be this nigga that's do this. And they'd be like, bro, I'm not doing that. And they'd be like, Luffy be like, all right, well, yeah, you finna be that nigga. So like that's kind of how I treated it. And it was like the same way with Rachel and Drake. We're just like, all right, guys, like, well, you're really good with camera shit. Drake, you wear cool clothes. You should make our clothes, and Rachel, you should take our pictures. And it started with like it was easy at first because we weren't doing anything. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
It was just like
that way.
yeah, it was like easy because like all right, for sure, we're just hanging out doing shit. But then like maybe 6-7 months in, it became like a thing. It was like, oh fuck, like you expect us to do this and that and that and that. We're just throwing shit at them. Like I'm just throwing projects at them.
And I'm sure y'all just took it and just
Well,
like, really?
no, like the only reason we even like, or the only reason I kept on doing shit was because like I knew that they were like super fucking talented. Like there's so many people that I've worked with in the past and like been like, you know, doing things for, but the only people like I really felt like friends with was definitely like these people, and like their talent like matched like their personality.
yeah. If you didn't care about the content, then it wouldn't make sense.
No, I would never keep doing it, and that's the only reason why I'm here right now.
Would you say the same thing?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that the content you provided has provided context for the sounds.
Yeah, it was kind of like in the beginning I had no idea what I wanted them to do.
I understand everything.
I just wanted them to be part of it, like really, like I just thought they were cool at what they were doing individually, and I was like, you can be this dope individual, or you can be this dope individual within a group that can be worldwide and amazing.
Yeah.
And that's how we still feel. It's like just
and it's even
forward.
like deeper than that. Like for me, like moving in to like the time period where I was moving out of my parents' crib to living with Drake, like that all happened so fast.
It
It was such a crucial moment, like in my life where I had like pretty much nowhere else to go. Like, and I'm like, fuck, like, bro, like, and when we hopped in the whip, bro,
it made a lot of sense.
it made a lot of sense. Like everything just linked up. We're like, bro, we hopped in the whip. I forget what the fuck was happening. It was low key not supposed to be behind the wheel driving.
Keep going.
But he just straight up asked me. It was like, yo, he's like, Drake, we gotta talk about something. And I was like, I'm gonna stop you right there. You want to move in, and I'm so with it.
Instantly, bro. I don't know how he knew, bro, but we just like it was so crazy, bro.
No, because I don't know. We were like talking about it, and like he was still living at his parents' house, but there was all this other shit going on, and like I knew he wanted to get out. And I needed a roommate because like I was paying for all this shit by myself, and like it sucked. And like,
was it a 2-bedroom?
It's a townhouse out in Yorkville, but
yeah, niggas it was full scale bop. It was a full scale bop for sure.
Yeah.
Niggas were like, it wasn't like
literally at the top of the stairs,
The loft.
in the loft area.
Oh my god, the shit that I heard.
Pop the bed in there, put the little
turned it into a bunk.
And it turned into a bunk real quick.
Sounds like there's some horror stories.
oh my god, horror stories wouldn't even do it justice.
The Leaf House got wild.
Yeah.
So you mentioned it's the Leaf House. So I haven't even asked you yet. Where did the name Leafset come from?
Yo, okay,
Hydrangeas, right?
Okay, so like, I got a friend named Zay. I got a friend named Zay, and I knew him for a really long time.
I think it's important for them to know.
Fucking,
I think so.
Like, it kind of started with me. I was like, it's like everybody's really talented. Everybody like added their own 2 cents to it, and it became us as a group. But to begin with, I wanted a band called Leaf on some like.
It's already copywritten.
It was already copyrighted. It was already like spinning off some just like
just Leaf.
Yeah, we all smoked weed, and it was just like,
Right.
Leaf, like some
that,
just
but
like
also, like green, like organic, like
yeah, just
me and Kwame had a very specific conversation.
Just being like very like naive about it. It's like, oh, the band called Leaf, and then like once we start releasing songs and like putting shit on like, it was like, oh, we gonna put shit on SoundCloud. I was like, yo, a lot of people are called Leaf, so it's like the set came from like literally like
being
I wanted to call my niggas a set, like that's it.
The collective.
with the set.
Yeah.
That
But like,
shit-
what's crazy about
like
the
bro,
name,
like also like
Deep,
literally like it grew from like I guess you can say some gang shit.
that
like,
shit deep though. Like
He
that
has some
shit.
gang shit. It does run deep.
it like really like the calling like your friends to set is like really some gang shit and just like growing up and hearing shit over and over and like oh yeah the set but like none of us are on some gang shit but like literally that shit sound cool to us so like
It's very mysterious. Like if you
Whatever,
don't,
like,
you've never
so,
heard
like-
of yourselves and you
so,
hear
like,
Leafset,
yeah.
it's just
so like before like when we like when we were making like a ton of return I'm pretty sure we just came out as Leaf.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was.
almost positive. Yeah, we came out as Leaf and like just on some weed shit like but originally where it started, me and my friend Isaiah were sitting outside
By a bonfire.
by a bonfire and we looked in the backyard and we noticed that like every mom and or grandma has like this plant. Fuck, what's the name of it? It's
Hydrangeas.
no, it's not hydrangeas. Fuck. It's like a plant that it's not hydrangeas. God damn it! I should like really practice this before I got here.
I don't even know this story, so I can't.
Fuck. It's
Yeah,
called-
I had no idea what this-
important. However, the leaf.
Okay, so like I'm just gonna describe it. I'm just gonna describe
You're
it.
losing them.
The name might come later, whatever the fuck.
they
So,
can
like,
the viewers can like comment like their guesses.
yeah, whoever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. So like the leaf is like there's white. There's like a white around the leaf, and it's like this. It's a plant that literally grows back from the bulb of like literally the root. So it's like. Fuck.
Dude.
Oh my
Here,
god.
I'll Google it.
Okay,
You know,
can you
and
just
keep talking.
not do
Jamie-
that?
It's right around it. So whatever. So like we like saw that it was like yo like every mom, every parent has this leaf just like literally symbolizes family. It symbolizes love. It symbolizes like something that every family has to make a house a home. And that's like and that's what like we like built this shit off like leaf. It makes a house a home. It's like everybody has this shit. Everybody's like really. I wish I knew the name because this shit would mean
I feel
so
like
much more.
we never really had like a full ass conversation about this.
To
Like,
be honest, it's
but we interpret.
But like, bro, I
Well,
knew
no, but
like
listen, but
on top,
listen,
I knew this shit.
Let him say something.
we interpret shit in different ways, and like when I think of Leafset, I think of like a tree, like in general, and like all the different parts of a tree, like the branches, like the leaf, like the leaf is there for like a season, and it goes, and like there's a certain season, like so like when we make music, we'll make it on some trap shit, and then we'll go and make some crazy like grungy ass shit. You know what I'm
Real
saying? So
shit.
like it'll
Real
just
shit.
transform into some other shit, and it's just like okay, it makes sense. Like,
Band's a plant.
Leaf, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
It always comes back.
yeah.
I remember,
But it's evolving though. Like that shit just turns into some
I got
shit.
it.
I remember when
I got
Kwame came to me though, and we had like when he was coming to me to talk to me about this whole Leaf shit. We had a conversation in the car, and he was basically just saying like, he was talking about like Leaf and like fucking damn, he had this really good line about with the
It was
seed
probably
and
the
like
plant,
growing.
too, yeah.
Bro, if you knew the name of the plant, that bitch bop, bro.
I know.
This shit mean a lot, and I don't remember this shit.
But
Hold up. Hold up,
I
give me-
remember being like, yo,
let me bop on
I like
Google,
plants,
bro.
I like weed and I like green, so like the color green is cool, and like this feels very natural and organic. Like Leaf is cool, like I'm with that. So.
Yeah, I was gonna go off of that. Like, it seems like you guys are like a growing collective in a sense, and it's just like you guys have like different branches to you, but it like all comes together in like that one plant. So that organic.
Let's go with that.
The
Yeah.
root.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds way better than like I don't
Whatever
know.
the fuck you're
So
Googling right
it's
now.
pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
We're
it's
out
like
there.
sometimes like you have different members come in for like a track or something, and like they'll be back in another track later, even if they're not the next one. You know? So
Yeah,
it works
yeah,
that
yeah.
way.
Because that's how it is. Like even with like the production side of it, like
It's always different.
with every song, like I'm not helping out with every song. Like some shit it'll be completely Jordan. Like some shit will be like mostly Kwame, or like some shit will be like a healthy mix of like me and Dave. Like
Okay, I got it.
you know what I'm saying? Like
I got it.
Alright,
I
the
got it.
moment
Okay,
we've been waiting
so
for. Cue the
the
horn.
name of the plant is a hosta.
A hosta.
A hosta plant. So the hosta plant, like literally, with like the way the hosta plant grows, like it can freeze in winter. It can go through the worst temperatures. But if you have a bulb from like a single leaf of the hosta plant, it can sprout a whole new hosta plant. And like if you go to any grandma, mother, any like not even some funny shit. Everybody like mothers, like anybody that has a home, they have a hosta plant. It's like literally that plant that grows like yay high. It's a green leaf, it has a white around the edges and shit. It's like, and me and Zay, like my homie Zay was like, yo, like every family has this, like it's built off a hosta leaf. Like it's almost like I've cemented myself as having a home and a family. Now I got time to get this hosta plant. Like, and it's like we built that off like those leaves. And it was like, it's like when me and Jordan started jamming, it was like, yo, so he didn't give a fuck about a name, really. Nobody gave a fuck about the name. I was the only person thinking in the future, like, yo, like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, Jordan's the sickest nigga I've ever met. He writes really good songs, and he's really good at guitar. I want to make a band with him. In Jordan's head, he was like, yo, this black nigga that somehow, like, Led Zeppelin and shit, I might play guitar with this nigga. But in my head, I'm thinking like, bro, we finna move forward as like the most powerful force that
so
ever
you
made.
already knew ahead of time.
Bro, I swear to God, like honestly, you can ask any of my friends, like, you can swear to God, like, I've been planning on Jordan for a minute, because that nigga hot, bro.
Jordan's a
Yeah,
real.
it is. That's something.
Jordan's
Jordan nigga hot, bro. Like, it ain't no
genius.
It ain't no bopping around it, but like, so like, that's where it started for us. It was like, so like, it's a hosta plant. There's this leaf, but the crazy part about it is like, all right, so if it gets winter and the ground freezes, like a single leaf from a hosta plant has a bulb, and if you take that bulb out and you plant it 3 months later, it's gonna grow another whole hosta plant. That was it. That was it for us. It was like you can take one leaf from one plant and it turns into one bulb, and it turns into a whole.
Wait, that's not the best analogy though, because you're saying that one of us leaves could essentially grow and become a whole other set.
But I think he's focusing on like the family.
I know,
like,
I know.
It's
saying though.
essentially niggas gonna bop, bro. It's nothing I can do, bro. Everybody talented as fuck.
Essentially.
Everybody talented as fuck, and that like even if it doesn't make sense, it's like it comes down to like, if you split us all like into different parts of the planet, like everybody's gonna do what they do now.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm lucky and I'm
I
blessed.
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
You made it work. You had to work.
I'm lucky and I'm blessed that I can look at all these people in the face and know like these talented people that like could do anything they want on the planet with any like talented person they want on the planet, but like they work with us, and that's like that's the fucking shit behind Leaf. It's like you can become whatever you want. You can blossom, become your own thing, but it's like you stay here and you become a part of something that's like that's gonna last forever.
That was beautiful, man. He's a great.
Dude,
yo,
hey,
the story for Abel is crazy.
Hey, real quick, shouts to our homie across the pond,
Lil Chocolate.
Also,
shouts to
that nigga looks
shouts to
great.
Flatface over here.
Yo. Okay, so Abel, bro, like the way we came across that.
Time was a journey. Like,
So like, Abel, like, it wasn't like we reached out to him, was like, yo, please help us, like you're so hot, but like that's really what it felt like, because like Abel was working with like Super. Abel had like done a video with Super and Chance at that point. It was like, bro, like he had like millions of views on the video at that point. Like it was nothing that was like
his art.
like why work with somebody you don't know at that point? And that was crazy for us. So it was like at that point I guess he was looking for something with Hurt Everybody, and like they had just hit their ending point, and we had hit him up. Was like, yo, he was like, he tweeted some shit like, yo, I'm trying to rap, I got bars. He was like, yo, what's up? We got a beat and like a whole fucking shit for you. He was like, okay. And like literally that easy. It wasn't even like some like, yo, like we're high, you should check us out. He was like, okay. And he like, I sent him a beat. That was the time beat, like literally, and at that form, I had like maybe a 16, send it to him. Abel would send it back with like literally 2 16s.
Was that the first time Abel rapped? Like on the song?
Yep. It wasn't like
Shout out Abel Gray, man.
Yeah, it wasn't like
he's on the artistic tip. He's on the.
It wasn't like, yo, Abel, you cool. Like we should work with each other. He was like, I can work off what you have. Like literally, like we sent him like a 16 of like some very average raps, like a very average rap of mine.
We came 60, he came 40.
Off top, bro. Like he just like.
Or no, he came 40, he came 60.
Yeah, no, he went way harder.
Because his verse on that song is
Kwame was
hard.
scared.
He goes on and on.
Kwame had to redo his shit. Like he wanted.
No, you gotta
match the energy. he had to match the energy
Bro,
of what
like-
Abel was
like-
doing.
You changed it back, though.
Like literally, I can show you like screenshots. Was like
He said, "I ain't hitting you. I'm just swinging my damn arms."
he was like,
Oh my
so it was like
God.
we was rapping like okay, he sent the verse over. Was like, alright, for sure I can re-record my shit. Like he hot, like whatever, re-recorded my shit and like all my friends. It wasn't like I sent it to Abel. He was like, no, it's not good enough.
Sounds great.
These niggas to the right of me were like, yo, that's not hot enough. So it was like, I did that shit for a while, and I was like, it was like literally like re-recording my verse, like really kept like it was some yay shit. It was like somebody literally recorded like you send them off a beat, they recorded a hot verse, and it was like, yo, I want to match that. But it was like opposite. I feel like Ye like records a very hot verse, and like everybody's got to match Ye. Like you gotta come to where I'm at. This is like a world breaking verse and shit. Like, I felt like that's what Abel gave to me. Like literally like last fucking June.
That's just crazy that was his first time rapping because it sounds like he's a veteran with that shit. The way he.
It's not the first time. It's not the first time rapping. Abel got shit. He just dropped some shit like literally like today's the 10th of January.
Around.
Hold up. I want to get this shit
Today's
right.
the 10th.
Today's the 10th of January. Abel Gray dropped a fucking track today. 10th of January, he dropped the track today. Like it's just extremely hot. Like he's not like he's extremely talented artist, but at the same time, we got Lil Fo.
We got Lil Chancla in the
drinking a beer. But like at the same time, like he's extremely talented at rapping. And like I think we're lucky like just to have him on the album. And that's how I felt the whole time through. Like we sent this off to him and he was like, yo, like I was supposed to like rap on some super shit, but like I fuck with you guys shit.
Yeah.
Fucking hurt everybody.
And if he ever does get with Super, that'd be really cool.
Heard everybody had just broken up. Like literally, it was like some.
So you guys have had that in the vault, in a sense.
Yo, we've been like.
Because that was a while ago.
We've literally had that since last August. Like literally, super. Like he just eating me on his verse for like so long.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to catch up to him. It wasn't even like I was awful compared to him. It was just like he was.
You just saw the effort and energy he was coming.
Like really, it's like compared to like the song and what he did to it, it was just like that's so perfect.
Yeah.
It's so perfect, and it was like I want to match that. I want to make a song out of it. So
yeah, time was one of the original beats.
Yeah,
like, time was one of the original like ideas for the whole album film. Like that was one of the first songs, like one of the first beats you had. You remember Time and like Stomach Punches and like
yeah, bro. It's songs that like people will never hear. Just like yo, like that's the vibe into it. Just because it was so amazing. So like. He's amazing. Like people should listen to his solo shit.
Yeah, I recommend everyone check out Abel Gray's.
He just dropped some new shit too.
He just dropped some new shit today, and it's amazing.
Check that shit out.
I'm posting that shit like crazy. Like we'll retweet that shit. You guys will retweet that shit. It's crazy.
Definitely. So going on to another feature that really stood out to me, Blake Davis, he really snapped.
On you talking Crime, right?
Yeah, Crime is one of my favorite songs. Alright, so wait, let me go. The color is red. And like that song is red as fuck. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's definitely
red. It makes perfect sense.
It's definitely red and purple.
That's what I
for
envisioned.
sure. But Crime was. Y'all remember Crime was like a very early idea. You know what I'm saying? I got a video.
It's one of my favorite cover-ups.
I got a video of y'all two, Dax and Kwame, in my phone from like early days, like right when you first moved in, and y'all were making Crime. But you didn't know it was Crime yet.
He started making that.
To be honest, when we talked about like me and Dax, like the first time we ever made songs together, we made bitch, fucking fucking like we made like a ton of beats together, whatever. It was even like we were like worried about raps, but like that was one of the songs like we made like the beat to, we had like the flow to. It's like okay, this is super cool. And then like it had gotten lost like moving forward, like it just nobody had really tapped into it. Like really getting Blake Davis on it, like bro, like it don't matter who you are, where you are, it don't matter who of us are lined up. Blake Davis is the best vocalist that you can ever find, bro. Like really like
when he started making Crime, bro, it was this hot ass. He had this hot ass Sade sample, and it was like
Crime was like
okay, damn, like all right, this is a whole ass like you trying to take it there, like you really trying to take it there, like all right, we gonna give some R&B shit, we gonna give some smooth shit.
Yeah, because Crime is that
bet.
one song off the album that's like
and I'm just like all right, I definitely gotta do some shit on this, so fucking did that shit, like the hook.
Mind you that like
Blake is literally just the R&B nigga that you want. Or that you're gonna want any type of track like that. Like
mind you that they're related. You know what I'm saying? So like
that's cause of.
So it's like okay, so it's cool. It's cool that you can get Blake on the track. Cause like I went to high school Blake. I know that nigga for 4 years.
That's my blood cousin.
At the same time, like Dax is cool. Like Dax is my like that's his family. So
/ roommate.
At the same time, Jordan Hone, a Coyote. So like you gotta mind that too.
But yeah, crime was already a thing. It was like a beat and like a half idea that we had early on.
Yeah.
And then they started to make it into a full song. And then they brought Blake in, and he just took that shit to like the next level. Like
really?
That I think it's like halfway through the song, like when Blake come in or whatever, he just took that shit to the next level, and like that's one of my favorite songs off the album.
Yeah, it just really stands out, and it's just really very powerful. So I really like that song. I want to talk about a new video you guys just shot via Neon Pajamas. Shout out Neon Pajamas.
Shout out to Ben.
Yeah, shout out to Ben the Librarian. Real talk. So one, I guess this is a two-part question. I want to ask you guys about your relationship, like just with Ben and Neon Pajamas, because that's kind of like one of the first publications that was picking you guys up. Two, I want to just ask about like the crazy video, which is Drive. One of the best tracks.
I want to speak on Ben because like there's not enough that can be said about Ben, because it's like when you start out as a musician, like in the city, like bro, like especially where we're from, like bro, like we started like not really like picking up a lot of attraction. Just to be completely honest, so like Ben was like a person who was like. He was looking like through the cracks and crevices and finding like what's cool, what he liked. I think that's the most important part. Like he found what he liked, and like not only did he like take us and like he was like yo like message us like yo I fucking like what you do, like next you should hit me up. I want to drop it through my shit. Like that's huge to us because like that's the first blog like that ever gave a fuck really. So like
yeah, Ben was the
first like Ben is like literally like. Somebody that like I'm forever indebted to and like I completely respect, because like I mean I'm always gonna think everything I'm making is hot. The band's always gonna make everything that take is hot. So it's like somebody that's taking like yo like this shit's hot, so like you should put it on display. That's cool.
So how did he get to premiere the video?
At the same point, it's like literally on some homie shit. It's like yo, we gotta. Yo, we haven't premiered shit through Ben and the Grip. You know what I'm saying? Last shit we premiered through Ben might have been the Cowboy single. What shit?
Yeah,
fuck,
I think it was.
Might have been October. So it's like yo, you the first nigga that ever fuck with us, and like not even on some cocky shit, not even some arty shit. Like literally, like not even trying to like segregate or like separate like people that like really accept us and like really like our music. Ben has been someone who's heard us before it was a hype, before it was anything that was cool, before it was anything that was shared between people. Ben was somebody that called us like off like the Fee hype and the Ellen hype and like really enjoyed our music. So Ben is always gonna be somebody we appreciate and always somebody we love. And like he's got away with words, and he's a beautiful poet.
I like the way that he kind of does like a stream of consciousness type of writing, where he just like
he's a beautiful.
He just puts beautiful words together to describe the art, and it doesn't have to be conventional. It's just like what's going on in his mind.
Honestly, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. If you know the art that he's talking about, you know exactly what he's talking about. All right, so film. Obviously, we've touched a lot about different tracks and shit. I wanted to kind of go into Dave G's role. You play a lot of bass, right?
I play bass.
So what was your experience in the whole film? What was your like contribution?
Film basically for me was going to Jasper's house every Monday and watching these dudes create stuff that they've kind of been working on for a year, because I joined in about a year ago.
Okay.
And I just got a bottle of tequila and got really high and watched them make really, really cool tracks. And what was cool was that I would be like, oh, this is really tight. I think it would sound cooler if it would go like this, and they would be so hyped on it. And they would like, you know, make a quick change. And then it was through that I kind of realized like these guys are really, really not only great musicians, but they're fun to kick it with, you know?
Right.
And
that's important.
there is a Chance the Rapper song where it's like, what's that shit where it's like they like take the same drugs or whatever. You know,
same drugs?
Yeah, same drugs.
Yeah.
All these dudes take the same drugs as I do, and I know that sounds kind of weird, but it works where it's like, at least the dude that you're playing music with isn't like, you know, sober and doesn't do anything, and then the other person that's in your band, I don't know, is a cocaine addict. Right. And you're just like really into weed.
You have to do the same wavelength.
Right. We all hit the same bottle, you know. We all hit the same blunt. We all just rock it together, and that's what's cool about it all, is that we're all in this together. And I haven't found a group of friends like that in a minute, so it's been tight to be doing Leafset. So that's why I'm in it. So
how many songs on film were you a part of?
Really, not that many.
I would say 8 out of 12.
That's a lot. That is many.
Well, which ones?
I guess you could say like a couple small.
8 out of 12.
And he was definitely one or two of the cover arts in one of the
yeah, he was.
Yeah. Gold Mess.
Gold Mess.
That was the best one.
Overall,
yeah, Gold Mess was a thing for sure.
We got a switchblade out here now.
Yeah.
Well, I started Leafset because I was still am homies with Ryan Sanborn and Ron Spraggins, Big Ron.
Shouts to Big Ron.
And I hit them up one day, seeing where they were at, and they were like, "Yo, come over. We're over at Felix's crib." And over at Felix's crib was off like 18th in California. And this place was like,
oh my god, so hot.
Shit, like the Grateful Dead house of like the hood, you know, right. Where at every single room there was wild shit happening. Like someone was like recording a really great vocal track in one room, and then the other room was like making a beat. The other room people were eating Chinese food, having ciphers, and in the middle, I was kind of looking for a room like to get away from all of that. And Kwame and Jordan were sitting on a mattress. It's like empty mattress in the middle of the living room. And I said, "What's up?" And then we like got to talking, like, "What are you into?" I play music, yeah. And they were like, "You play punk?" I was like, "Yeah, I play punk." And ever since then, we kind of hit it off. And they came to my shows maybe about a year ago. I was in a grunge band called Oops, and
what was your experience like playing with them versus playing with Leafset?
I think I carried a lot of what I played in Oops into Leafset, which is like more like heavily distorted, grungy, you know, thick bass shit. Right. I think I kind of turned Leafset into a rock band.
I would describe Leafset.
Big, like, don't fucking ever.
Our live shit, dude, it's crazy because like if you look at the songs we have recorded like on our album and shit, and then you come to a live show,
it's so different.
And you'll be like, ooh, what? Like some of the songs are so much more like just rock the fuck out, like heavy in your face like type shit. But you'll go to the recorded version, it'll be like some like damn, like okay, like there's some club shit, like what? Well, like that's the beauty of it though, like you can see both sides of that shit.
And that's what's kind of crazy is because people really fuck with film, the project, right? But then you go and hear some of the songs from film live, and you're like, what was that? You know, that was like heavy metal. You know, that was like straight up like hardcore punk.
Is there any live performances that anyone watching can like look forward to, like coming up or?
Not fucking do. You dig what I'm saying?
We do have some things in store that we're definitely excited for that we can't wait to tell you guys about. But definitely look out more for hearing like live Leafset shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's, I think, something that kind of is weird for the audience right now, is that when they see us live, they kind of are expecting to hear some of our recordings, but it sounds a lot different.
Mm-hmm. Right. I wanted to touch on one thing in particular, is a docu-series that you guys are doing, for like kind of documenting Leafset, and if you guys, the visual artists, want to kind of touch on that a little bit.
Documenting
debauchery.
Documenting debauchery.
Yeah.
That was like some shit Rachel came up with on her own. I was just like, I don't know, just like recording and just like getting visuals on like the shit that we do, like just meeting up, making music, getting drunk, you know what I'm saying? And like, there's 2 videos out already on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And like,
You guys have a YouTube page then?
Yeah.
What's the YouTube page so people can check it out?
we do have a YouTube page. Search Leafset on YouTube and you will find the shit. But there's 2 documentaries already of just like good like B-roll that Rachel got of just like the behind the scenes process of us just like meeting up and like recording, practicing, making songs, and yeah, it definitely showcases some of the like the good Leafset shit that you don't like see or hear through the songs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's easy to catch them like in their moments. So that's kind of what I was going for with everything. Just like don't let them see me. Just
Very
do what
natural.
you do. Do what you do, and like it ends up turning out like really great. So that's the only thing I wanted to actually document.
So I'm expecting there's gonna be like further installments of this.
Oh yeah.
It's
They're
the whole vibe.
Yeah,
It's the whole
it'll
vibe.
continue until the day we die. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
What's the next project that people can look out for after film?
Videos.
Videos?
Yeah, we're gonna do some
Either-
video shit.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
either I would say either
Actually, though.
I would say either definitely there's going to be some visuals from film, and also, I mean, in the near future, look out for a live album. You know what I'm saying? From Leaf.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
A lot,
I think-
yes, definitely. It'd be a lot of our songs and some newer songs that we recorded that played live on some classic shit, on some like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's
On
a
some
huge-
unplugged shit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like honestly,
Exactly.
like not even on some unplugged shit. Like really, like
Bullshit.
like if you come see our shows, you understand that like what you heard before was not what you.
But
hear
this will be a
in
way
live.
for people that don't go to the shows to actually hear
Yeah.
the live experience.
I think that's like huge. What we focus on is like adding Dave and Dax like really have like put us on a different level of like being a band, and it's huge for us. I really like. I don't think you guys can really like put into words how much they mean to us as a band. Like Dave and Dax are like not. They didn't become like a band because like, oh, you guys are like good at instruments. Like a lot of people like put together a live album because it's like, oh man, like it sounds really good with these artists and this set vibe. But it's like Dax has been like really our homie from like the jump, and just like really like getting, and same with Dax. I mean, same with Dave. It's like getting like the vibe you feel from the show live. Like I really think that's important for us, cause it's like we do put on a fucking awesome show. And I think that's important to show to people, like, we do put an awesome show. And, like, as far as, like, us four, we can do a lot as far as live band. Like, that's huge for us. Like, I think it's important for us to, like, show not only what we do, like, I mean, you can hear, like, the recordings for a lot of songs, but, like, literally hearing, like, what you can, like, hear live. And, like,
It's a different experience.
yeah.
And it's crazy because, like, I never got into any like rock jump.
Keep going.
Yes.
You were a rap fan first.
Yeah, like I never got, honestly, like as far as playing drums goes, it was all gospel, like more jazzy type shit. Cause like it was just me and my brother really just doing the most like drum stuff that I was doing. But like once I moved in with Drake and like started fucking with Leafset and shit, like it's like okay, we can make some cool like hip hop shit, like that's cool, like, but they really challenged me to get to the point where I can feel comfortable playing some
best
rock,
drummer on the planet.
some heavy rock.
That's a good
shit.
point you bring up, because if someone was to ask me like what genre is Leafset, I wouldn't be able to give them a concrete
And
answer.
that's the
There
way
is
it's
no-
gotta be.
There is no genre. It's
That's important.
You
Yeah.
guys take from
That's
different
important.
genres, and I noticed that.
Like really, if you had to tell somebody, it's the mustard, man.
Mustard.
What's
That's
the
all it
mustard?
is.
Can we show the mustard to like?
That's all it is.
Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Mustard at a fuck.
What
Yeah.
mustard?
Actually, Jordan said a cool genre earlier, hip rock. I think that might.
Jordan, what would you say the genre is
That's
of
fire.
hip rock?
Hip
Being one of
rock.
the founding members, I feel
That
like you
is
have.
so true.
I lean towards, it was trap rock. I said hip rock because I was drunk and it was an accident. But
It kind of hit though.
It's contextual.
Hip rock.
trap rock. I
Trap
think.
rock.
Trap rock.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I mess with that. I mess with that.
Yeah.
Because that's like a perfect in between, like Kwame is like kind of the trap part and you're like the rock part, and that's where the shit started from. It was like mixing like that hip hop and rock together, And now it's the same shit. It's the same shit, but we just got more people now. You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like if you listen to like what I was saying, like if you listen to the recorded versions, like you'll hear a lot more of like the trap part of it, and like with the subs and shit like that. Like if you come to a live show, you'll hear a lot of that and like the drums, like with the bass, but like it's gonna be rocked out, like just because we're just like, yo, we need to play this shit crazy because that's just how we are. Like, let's just do something.
So speaking of rock bands, I'm really good friends with this other group in Chicago called 10 Toes Down. I actually went to high school with Charlie Sullivan.
Real quick,
Yeah.
shouts out to fucking 10 Toes Down and Chucky and fucking Ethos and you know
Charlie,
Ramon.
Yeah.
Chucky and Charlie are the same motherfucker, but yeah, you know.
That's my homie.
My nigga James,
The reason why I
man,
bring that up is because they're really cool, and I also like they don't have a genre themselves either. Like they do a lot of rock stuff, but like you have Charlie's like EP of demos, and his shit was very like all over the place. It was like very acoustic, very raw.
Exactly, but then you got Ethos like rapping his ass off.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't say
it's crazy.
I wouldn't say that they're like on the same like genre as you, but I would definitely say that they're also doing some genre blending shit.
You could put us next to 10 Toes Down, and I'd be okay with that.
And it was only right that they were a part of your release party for film.
Yeah,
of course.
I think like moving forward with shit like that, I think it's important to understand like everything that we're doing is to set a precedent that's like is so wide open. It's so wide open. Like everything that people listen to is so wide open. Like people enjoy Future fucking nationwide. Man, it's just like it doesn't matter what genre you set yourself in. It doesn't matter what genre or like vibe you set. It's like they're gonna put you wherever they want, man. And that has nothing to do with the band.
Yeah,
like,
if we want people to embrace us for being different, right? We should be embracing other people for being different.
Exactly.
So it's like that's why we fuck with 10
And it's 10 Toes Down now. A year from now, like you'll hear about some crazy different type of artists, like a completely like trap rap, like that blends somehow perfectly.
Absolutely.
Like.
But you guys are doing that right now, and that's what's important.
Yeah,
and that's
like,
what I want to recognize on that. And especially because there's not that many people doing that in the city. And even though you guys are not all from Chicago, I think it's important to notice that like music doesn't have to come from one place to be appreciated in other places. So definitely like your music is spreading in all places.
Right.
One thing you guys do share in common with 10 Toes Down is your appreciation for anime. So I will offer one question. I will offer one question.
We'll get into
Who is the biggest anime fiend from the two groups? Answer that.
From the two groups?
Between the set, we watch a lot of anime. But Kwame's Crunchyroll account is looking gorgeous right now.
And he let me get the password to it too, so your boy been...
I'm only asking this question because we're having 10 Toes Down on the podcast as well.
That's good.
Soon, so we want to have...
Hey man, let the niggas know, man, if they want to come see shit, man.
We talking One Piece, we talking Naruto, we talking Hunter x Hunter, we talking all types.
Off top niggas gonna hate, bro.
Hey, but shout out to 10 Toes Down, though.
Off top, people gonna think like
the gas run too deep. It run way too deep. You know what I'm saying?
Before we even like
we fuck with 10 Toes Down
on some anime shit. Before like I didn't even try to be like on some anime shit because that shit's like.
What's your favorite anime, Kwame?
Yeah, that wasn't even working.
Wow. That's heavy.
One Piece inspired the whole band. What's your favorite?
One Piece is gonna be my favorite band only because I kind of felt it on like a spiritual level, damn near. Like it was just like this one guy. It's like he was just trying, like he had like this one goal, set out to do it, but like he understood it's like it wasn't finna bop until he built this whole team around him, and I feel like that's exactly what the fuck I set out to do. It was like I wanted to make really hot music. I really like it's like I'm not that hot of a rapper. I'm not really like
can't do it by yourself.
They really it won't exist without me. So like.
So shout out to your team. Yeah.
Like it's not even a team. It's like my family. It's like deeply, really. It's like my family. Cause like I spend every holiday with them. It's like okay, you spend a holiday with your family.
You guys spend like Christmas and New Year's and shit too?
Bro.
Honestly, bro, I spend most of my time like with Leafset, with my family, like with like my homies.
We had a whole
Friendsgiving.
Yeah, we had a whole Friendsgiving. Like Friendsgiving don't mean much because like it's a name for like.
Rachel got last minute presents to give to us right after this interview. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
We finna bop. We finna bop either way, bro. Like,
Didn't even know about that.
Rachel,
Yeah.
come on, man. Hey, give us a Rachel return, yo. Give us a Rachel return. Go, man.
But like, honestly, for real, like,
You're important.
I met these guys and like to sequester it to like a friend thing or like somebody you met thing, like it won't make sense. It's just like I've known these guys like literally for like the better half of my life, and it's just like I couldn't. It's like honestly the newest addition is Dave, and like you can ask anybody that like sitting on the other side of this camera. There's nobody that feels like they're weird or like a new friend. Like, bro, we've been bopping together for like years. Like, bro, like holidays we spend together. Fucking like whatever we can do to be together, we do.
And it helps the music because then that just strengthens.
It's like
the bond.
I wanted to put it together as like the music is like the least thing we're worried about, folks. Like real shit. Like I love these guys. I love everybody to the right of me.
Right.
And it's like the music is the least thing we can worry about. It's like, alright, for sure, like everybody's good musicians, like we get that, we can make songs, but like who can be friends? And it's like that's more important than like.
It is hard to be friends with Kwame, cause Kwame is a whole ass dickhead.
Yo!
But like
Niggas better bop.
when you understand, like once you understand like where this man is coming from, like once you understand where this man is coming from, like for real, like what he really about, like when it comes down to it, it's like you can't deny it, like, and he's a genius, like.
So it sounds like you guys have built a great foundation.
He a bitch. he a whole ass genius.
Hey, let our boy talk real quick.
No, it sounds like you guys have built a great foundation. It sounds like you guys actually have a relationship outside of the music, which some artists, it's just on the musical tip after the recording session, they go into their own lives. It sounds like you guys
We're actually gonna go back home and do mushrooms.
There you go. Oh shit. Hey,
We all
calm
really-
down.
What's up, bro? What's
I
up?
fuck with the shroom life,
We
but no.
do have hella shrooms.
You ain't about that
I
life.
am about that life.
Don't
We'll talk
tell
afterwards.
He said, but I am.
We will talk afterwards.
We'll
but
talk afterwards.
last, I want to wrap this up a little bit.
On my goddamn forehead.
I want to wrap this up a little bit. We talked about film, great project, phenomenal project. Whoever has not heard it yet, obviously will go check it out. What can you guys tell the viewers watching right now to look out for in the future? 2018 just started. I'm sure you guys have a whole lot of plans in store. Whatever you can reveal. What can we expect in 2018?
Honestly, I think you can expect a lot more debaucherous videos, a whole lot of contextual gas. Like we really implementing like a whole
Mustard gas.
a whole lifestyle,
So much to
everything
know.
contextual, a lot of the genre incorporated. You know what I'm saying? A lot more music, like me and Dave are about to get a lot more like involved in like the creative like process with all that shit. Like it's gonna be hella art shit. Like everything you've seen thus far is really just like just testing the waters type. You know what I'm saying?
More
like,
life, bro. Yes.
More life.
You know what I'm saying?
it's gonna be more mustard, way more mustard. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the mustard. We won't talk about that.
I think really, man, like the ending goal is like as far as like us being friends, it's like there's like you can look forward towards a lot of shit, and like you can like you would never know what's coming next. Like really, it's like we embrace every individual. We embrace every fucking like personality.
Going off of every individual, can we just go ahead and have you guys drop the social medias that you guys each respectively we can look out for and see this new content? Starting from the left,
Well, start from
what are the Twitter handles, SoundCloud, YouTube? Where can we find all this content?
Drake.
That's going
What you
on.
got? Start from Drake, folks.
No,
No.
grasp the hands.
What you got, folks?
Get
right
Dave,
hands.
Dave, get
Hey.
What you got?
Hey, real quick, 10 toes. Urban. No, you can follow me and find me on IG or Twitter or fucking Tumblr on Drake Spidell.
Drake Spidell.
Drake
Niggas
Spidell.
not finna know how
on my
to
phone.
spell that, bro.
On my
Spell
phone
it,
name,
yo.
because,
Spell
like,
it, bro.
Alright, Drake, Drake, Spidell, Speidel.
E.I., bro.
like, I don't got-
E.I. Fuck niggas.
I don't got a cool nickname yet, so like that's
thought your
me.
name
That name is
Yeah.
cool enough. I think so.
Where you got a whole ass code ass?
The only thing I care about is my Instagram, and that's Lil Rage PROD.
Lil Rich producer, you know what I'm saying?
Lil Rach, R-A-C-H.
Lil Rock Kel.
Bruh.
I have nothing. I don't
Leafset.
I don't
What's
have-
the Leafset YouTube? Where can they find you guys? At?
I think it's
On
just
Twitter,
Leafset, yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, you can find us at Leafset.
Just Leafset. Google that shit.
Yes.
That's what
On
you
some
got,
of them,
bro.
it might be Leaf_set. But
Why what you got?
It's Leaf
Leafset.
underscore set.
Alright.
You can
Dax?
find me on all my shit. It's just Dax Vision, DAX.
Dax Vision. Dax Vision is a whole wave on its own.
Word to Dave G. Where can we find your shit at?
Dave G. Dave _GEE _. Go fuck yourself, JB. And yeah, that's it.
Kwame?
Man, Swam is relevant.
Swam is relevant.
Swam is irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
I don't matter.
Swam is irrelevant.
Everybody to the right of me is like what beat me. So like.
Shout out to the Leafset. Shout out to Leafset. All right, thank you guys so much for coming through. We really appreciate you guys. And we'll be on the lookout for any more debauchery videos and shit. And we really appreciate you guys for signing through.